Wow, just to stand here and just look in the room, having so many flashbacks and, thinking about when I came from here to where I am right now. I am just truly grateful for this opportunity to even be able to stand in front of you and just talk about some of the things where God brought me from. And as my statement is, focusing and meeting goals against the odds. And as Regina stated, I was told as a child that I would never be nothing. Coming from a dysfunctional home setting where my parents was alcoholics, they were drug addicts, they partied all weekend long. So I was in an environment where I just knew, that it was no hope as a child coming up. And I sit and I think about when as far back as I can remember from grammar school of being in the 4th grade. And because I came out of an environment where my parents, were not there, they were not teaching me, I can't remember. But I remember being in the 4th grade, and this instructor, I sat in the back, and this instructor called me up to the front of the room. And he said to me, he said, I want you to tell me the 4 seasons. And because, it was not put in me to be a forward child. It was not put in me to be one of the ones that stand out and raise their hand and say, I know this. So I was withdrawn. I was ashamed to stand up in front of the classroom. I knew the answer because I had heard it being taught. But I was too afraid to say what the 4 seasons were. And because I refused to say that, this instructor made me open my hand in front of the class and beat me with a ruler. So as you said that, I just began to think about how that just continued to push me further and further back. Yes. So fear had gripped my life for so long. I was just so afraid, not having anybody to talk to, not knowing how to convey the things that was going on in my life and how I was truly feeling. Like so many of us in the room today, this gathering today and this event is not just for us, but it's for the individuals who has come out that are experiencing some of these things that we're talking about today. That's right. And so as I sit and I think about all the things that I encountered in my life, at the age of 12 years old, I was introduced to heroin by my mother. Wow. I began to IV drug use. And I drowned my fear into shooting drugs. I drowned my fear into hustling in the streets. I began to, lay with women. I began to burglarize. I began to start sticking up, playing paper. All those things was a portion of my fear.
Come on, tell it to me. Yeah.
So fear made me do these particular things. Not having parents made me do these particular things. And I just drowned them in drugs. I didn't want nobody to know how I feel because I did not know how to convey that. But today I'm standing here before you to say, I have learned how to convey my feelings. Yes, am I still working on that? Yes, I am. So I have some questions today that I'm going to ask. It says, how many of you ever been disappointed? I have. Let's talk about this thing because we want to walk away with some things today that is going to empower us, that is going to push the fear out the door. So I'm saying, how many has been disappointed? I have. And through my life today, I'm still being disappointed. How many of us ever experienced failure? Yes. I have. So we're talking about empowering today. We're talking about pushing fear out of our lives and being able to stand up and achieve our dreams. How many of us have just simply gave up? Well, I have. I have gave up. And when I say gave up, I'm saying not being able to reach my goals, not being able to reach my dreams. Sometimes, we think about some things, and because it don't happen right now, or it don't happen next week, we say, God. So I'm speaking about just simply giving up. You put your dreams on the back burner. As we heard Nurse Faye say, at the age of 9 years old, she always wanted to be a nurse. But because of various things taking place, she put her dream on the back burner. So what I'm saying today, until I gave my life to the Lord Jesus Christ, nothing was working for me. Nothing at all was working for me. Sometimes you say, why do we say Jesus Christ so much? Why do we talk about God so much? Because nothing can work without Him.
Come on now.
Nothing can work without Him. You know, we're not here to preach of any of those things, but we are here to empower you because we learn from personal experience that nothing happened in our lives unless we accept the Lord Jesus Christ in our lives. Yes. And that was the only way that I was able to achieve some of the things that I have achieved in my life.
All right.
I realized needed in my life. But, you know, as I move forward, you know what I had learned to do? After I received Him in my life, I still had challenges.
All right. Yes, yes, yes.
I still was being faced with some things.
Yes.
I had my old friends calling me.
Yes.
I had them pulling on me.
Mm-hmm.
The game was still pulling on me. The hustling, want to go play paper. Because why? I had dropped out of school. I had no education. So I had to think about quick fix. How many of you know about quick fix?
Oh, we know about that.
Quick fix. So I had to resort back to that old thinking of wanting to do and have and get. So what I had to do was learn how to say no without feeling guilty. I had to learn how to say no. When my friends say, Denise, I got this stain over here. I got this house I want you to break in. I got these checks I want you to take up in this bank and play. And I started to make decisions in my mind. I said, I got a choice to make.
Yes.
Either I'm going to go over here and follow what my friends say, or I'm going to go to jail. So I had to learn how to say no without feeling guilty, that life is not for me. I'm not making that choice no more. I'm tired of being in and out of the penal institution. I'm tired of having a number on my back. I didn't know my name. I knew my number.
Well,
Yeah.
So my seat was in Cook County Jail. I'm talking about because I was making the wrong choices. I'm talking about I made a choice that almost cost me my life. Right now, I should still be locked up serving 60 years for a home invasion. Went in, tied up everybody in the house. Didn't think about it. But I'm saying after I learned how to say no without feeling guilty, that's why I'm standing here today. I'm standing because I learned how to say no without feeling guilty. And when I said no to the street life. I said no to the drugs. I said no to the women. I said no to committing crimes. And I'm able again to stand here because I said no.
come on.
All right.
So, you know, when I said no, the leadership inside me arose.
Yes.
I was able to allow that leadership because I was in the streets. And Terrence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're a hustler in the streets and you lead a group of people, Dobby, you already have that leadership in you.
That's right. That's right.
So when I said no to those things, my true leadership of honesty kicked in. So I'm not doing a false game, but I'm practicing a true game.
All right.
An honest game.
Yeah.
Not beating and sticking up nobody.
All right.
When I said no to sitting down to people, I just said yes to myself. Just said yes to myself. Giving myself an opportunity. When I said no to dying, I said yes to living. See, I'm not dying today. I'm not dying. See, you wasn't back there when I OD'd. there when I had the needle stuck in my breast. You was not back there when I had the needle stuck in my feet.
Come on.
You was not back there when I picked my toenails off because I was tweaking. You wasn't back there. I was dying. Yeah. But today, I'm standing before you because I'm living. Yeah. I'm living today. I made a choice that I wanted to live today. Yeah. I'm grateful to be able to even stand here and say that I'm living. Yeah. Had you seen me, you'd have been running from me because I look so bad. You see the picture up there? My face was all bumped up. My arms were all tracked up. I was all cut up. I just looked at bad. So I'm saying I made a choice that I wanted to live today. Yeah.
And I am very proud of you.
I made a choice that I wanted to live today. When I said no to dropping out of school, I turned around and said yes, to going back because that's my future success. I said forget about that. Yes, I got street game and street knowledge. But see, my street game and street knowledge kept me locked up. Yeah. But see, when I went back to school and got educated, it gave me power.
Right now.
It gave me power to be able to teach and tell somebody about the street game. So I have power today. I didn't have power at first. I got power to be able to stand here before you today. And I'm excited about this opportunity. Yeah. I'm willing to die for my new life.
All right.
I'm willing to die for my new life. See, nothing and nobody can turn me around. I done had friends to come to me. I done had things to offer. I've been without a job for over a year. And guess what? Most people, they resort back to those old behaviors.
Yes, they do.
They go back, they be on a dry drug run, and they practicing them same old behaviors again. But I can truly say that I'm dependent on the life giver who changed my life that's keeping me today.
Well, come on now.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. Yeah. When I said yes to going back to school, I received my GED.
Yes.
That was the first entrance to my life. I am so excited about that thing. God had put a person in my life. And when I think about it, it brings tears.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's all right.
Because it was an opening to me.
Yes.
Something that I never had before.
Come on.
No one never cared for me. But it's a person that is sitting in this room, literally took me by my hand. I want Jackie to come up. This was not planned, but as I sat at my computer this morning, and I began to reflect back on how I got my first start back in school after being out of school since the 4th grade. I dropped out of school in the 4th grade. All because of fear. And when I gave my life to the Lord, so I'm talking about what a change in your life will do for you. And as I achieved that, I went on to get my bachelor's degree in National Lewis. When I entered into National Lewis, because things were still foreign to me, I had an instructor to tell me, you won't make it, because I was labeled as borderline retardation at that time, which is now called mentally challenged. They said I would never be nothing. I would always need a tutor. I would always need some type of electronic device to help me through. But I told her, I said, you a lie. I said, I don't need a tutor. I said, I don't need an electronic device. I said, because if a strong and a mighty God delivered me from all walks of life, how much more can he do for my mind? He restored my mind and gave me the ability to know how to comprehend and understand. So I'm standing here with my bachelor's degree today, and it began to feel so good that I skipped along the way and I got my master's degree. And believe it or not, I am 4.0 student. 4.0. And I'm talking about coming challenges in their life, who experienced some failures in their life, and who felt like just giving up, I want to say to you today, see your vision.
Yeah.
Get on your mission and achieve your goal.
Yeah.
I want everybody to say with me, everybody in the room, whether you have a doctorate degree, whether you have your master's or your associate's degree, I want to leave you with some empowering words. I want everybody to say, defeat is my enemy.
Defeat is my enemy.
Victory is my friend.
Victory is my friend.
You have just been empowered to break through, press, fight, strive to reach your goal. You are prevailing against the odds.
Yes.
Don't forget that knowledge is power, and power leads to success. And with that, I'll turn it back over.